Hey friends, Ernie from the Trader of Futures here with another Bitcoin update. And this is a tough time, I think, for a lot of people that are heavily invested in crypto. I understand that, Bitcoin's going down, the altcoins are dropping, Ethereum is dropping, everything is dropping, and it's dropping hard. So hard! It's really not that surprising. And there's going to be continued pressure to the downside. We're almost at my 5,700 target that I called back in March. And I believe that if we're going to probably consolidate there for a little bit and then go for my next target, which is 4,200. Now, currently, the Bitcoin market cap is anemically low. Well, let's see. Let's take a look at it right now. Right here. So we see we're currently at $242 billion for the entire market cap and $101 billion for Bitcoin. I suspect, well, let's see, we need to update this page and make sure that those are current numbers. Nope, we're at $239 billion, and we're just inches away from going under $100 billion on Bitcoin. What is my fair value estimate of where the market cap should be on Bitcoin? I'm going to say 25 billion, or about 1/4 of the price it's at now. And that's where I would probably be a buyer. But I also believe that if we get down there, and when we do get down there, we're going to probably be there for a long time. We're going to go sideways. We're in for one hell of a ride. That is if you're heavily invested in crypto. Now, some of you might be thinking, man, we're going to hit that bottom and it's just going to be too tempting for Wall Street to just come piling in. And what's going to be the impetus? Who in their right mind is going to think that, hey, if I buy lots of Bitcoin, it's going up? Maybe eventually, maybe in a couple of years it might, but do you want to tie up all your money for that length of time? Now, the last time that we had an incredible surge in price was on April 12th. And I talked about that moment ad infinitum. It was a time where the shorts in the market had reached a fever pitch. Now, let's take a look at that. All right. So here, this is the number of shorts that are in the market. In other words, people that are betting that Bitcoin will go down. Now, when something like that happens, they're invested in Bitcoin going down, and it's going down, and maybe they're making profit. At some point, if that trade goes against them, they're going to feel so much pain that they'll have to just dump, right? And if there are too many shorts in there, it won't take much to exert that kind of pain. And that's exactly what happened on April 12th. There was a coordinated effort by one or more whales, possibly some exchanges, where they started dumping and, pumping and pumping and pumping. And then like a zipper, just zip, or maybe a better analogy might be a string of fire. Crackers. You ever have a string of firecrackers and light one and it goes... It's kind of like what happened on April the 12th. And if we look at this, we can see that shorts were unbelievably high, and then you can see how the shorts just were squeezed right out of the market. So then we had this, a couple months of movement and a little bump up, and now we're starting to build up those shorts again. But if you look at this closely, we're not anywhere near where we were on April 12th. And I don't think that there's any whale or exchange, especially with regulatory pressures on them, the Fed, the SEC, and other similar organizations around the world looking at them very closely, that they're willing to risk $100 million or $1 billion just to pump up this market artificially. There are no new people coming in. You go ask your neighbor about Bitcoin, and I can guarantee you what they're going to tell you. Oh, stay away from Bitcoin. That's bad. Absolutely. Here, I'm going to bring in another rather interesting site. It's called Coinfarm. And it's like a dashboard for Bitcoin fatalists. And these are the different exchanges. We have BitThumb, Bitfinex, Binance, Bitflyer. Here we're seeing the difference between shorts and longs. So longs currently in this market are represented over here at 49% and shorts at 50.96%. So you'll see that the shorts are only slightly more. That spread really isn't that much. You need a much, much bigger spread, maybe 5 or 10% before that really makes a big difference. That the market becomes untenable, and then the price may surge up, at least temporarily. But right now, where we have an equal number of shorts and longs, I mean, I can see this selling going on for a long time. A long, long time.
Me love you long time. Me so horny.
Long time. So I did a previous video where I guess tongue-in-cheek said that I thought that the market cap for all cryptos was under $1 billion. And I'm going to back off on that a little bit. I'm going to say that the market cap, in my view, is probably closer to around $25 billion. And that's only because there's still a lot of Lambos and property and computers that could be sold off at auction. And at least, retrieve some of that money. The fact is that there are no credible networks out there right now other than Bitcoin, and nobody's building anything on top of that right now. There's just no efficacy in that. You have Ethereum, and I showed you in that video the number of decentralized apps that are out there and the quality of those apps, or the lack of quality. Now, they're all built on top of the Ethereum platform. The best competitor right now for Ethereum is EOS. That's the $4 billion marketing whiz-bang from Larimer, which, by the way, crashed on the second day that it was introduced. It is the only thing that may threaten or is perceived to threaten Ethereum. And of course, the only way it's going to threaten it is if everyone sort of jumps ship or decides that they're going to now start building their dApps on EOS after it just crashed. So I really don't see any near-term future for the crypto market. We're heading into a long and extended bear market. It's going to take a little while. We need to wash out all the shit coins, get some real technology, some real businesses that can see an ROI to start getting behind it, and then maybe there will be that killer app or set of decentralized applications that people might find some value in. But right now, it's really hard to imagine what applications, at least for the general public, are going to really benefit from decentralization. Now, cryptocurrency is one of those applications, I'm sure. But man, there's so much pressure around the world. So much. It's just not going to happen this year, maybe not next year. Now, I'm still expecting that in July, when the G20 reconvenes and the FATF come back with their recommendations and completely ignore the Cryptoverse, that we're going to see another substantial move down. Substantial move down. From there, the reputation of cryptocurrencies is going to take a major hit with the general public, and you're not going to see major adoption anytime soon. It's going to take a while for it to build back up. It will. I firmly, now, as bearish as I sound and as down on this market as I sound, I still believe that there is a market for crypto in the future. It's just not here yet. It's way before its time. And that's another kind of distressing thing, that the market has been around for quite a while, and yet they have not yet figured out how to get an application out there, a dApp, other than Bitcoin, that has any real value for the general public. So I'd say it's still up in the air. It is still up in the air. This is going to hurt a lot of people. But I think what we're seeing is Bitcoin near-term valuation currently right at, let's see, where is it? Let's just take a look. Where is Bitcoin valuation? Oh, there's another cool site. So I have this site here, Crypto Market Cap. That's the one that most people know about. But there's this live coin where prices are moving in real time. And so we're right at 100,000, almost 101,000. Man, what happens if we go below 100? I'm sorry, 100 billion, 100,000. Freudian slip. What happens if we go below 100 billion? That's going to feel like a stake to the heart. Ah! Big news. But I believe that's where we're heading very soon. Our price is currently at 58.93. My target is 5,700. That will bring it below 100 billion. My next target is $4,200 for Bitcoin. What's my timing? I really don't know. I'm going to say after mid-July. So that's all I've got for now. See you next video.